Hello, students and fellow researchers. I am going to briefly discuss review of related literature and studies. To start, let us consider some clarificatory definitions. Review is an evaluation that may consist of the description of what is being reviewed, a discussion, a comparison, an analysis, and a summative statement. Literature is a collection of written works, both prose and poetry. Related literature, operationally defined in thesis as written works other than research works or studies. In other words, related non-research works. Related non-research works, a synonym to related literature, refers to those data or information that were taken from non-research sources. Usually, they are books, magazines, newspapers, resource persons, and others. Related studies refers to those data or information that were taken from research sources. Research sources pertains to articles that contain the parts of a completed research, namely rationale, a statement of the problem, background, methodology, presentation, analysis, and interpretation of data, conclusions, recommendations, and references. Usually, they are journal articles and unpublished theses and dissertations. Take note that in this digital age and in connection with recognition of citations, students are advised to source their related studies from referred journals or publications, online or offline, with due credit and respect, of course, to unpublished theses and dissertations. The purpose of related literature and studies is to identify if the topic is a knowledge missing or is a gap that needs to be bridged. The purpose of the review of related literature cannot be accomplished if the review will not be an evaluation that may consist of the description of what is being reviewed, a discussion, a comparison, an analysis, and a summative statement. This purpose and definition guide us on what not to expect in a review of related literature and studies. The review of related literature and studies is neither a mere listing nor an inventory of related literature and studies, but is an organized write-up of the materials that leads to the identification of the knowledge missing or the gap to be bridged. It discusses preliminary results of exploratory research or a secondary data analysis, previous research, theory, or situation that led to the management research problem. The literature must be organized, integrated, and presented in a way that connects it logically to the problem. It may include the theoretical framework, conceptual framework, definitions, qualifications, and assumptions. Aside from the identification of missing knowledge and the gap to be bridged, the review may also contribute findings that could resolve conflicting research results. The review may be presented in possibly three formats. One, the review may organize the discussions chronologically. If the researcher has found substantially clear and evident related studies related to the general topic or title that seem to build upon each other, the arrangement may be in chronological order, beginning with the earliest references. Number two, The review may organize the discussions around each problem variable or concept. A research proposal generally has, aside from the general problem, specific problems. The discussion of the related literature could be organized revolving around or focusing on every specific problem variable. And if the sources are available chronologically each, as in number one format. Number three, the review may organize the discussions in a manner similar to an inverted pyramid. The discussion starts with studies related to the general topic and ends with a discussion of the literature related to the specific topic or problem. This approach may blend with it formats 1 and 2. Take note that the review may include the related studies methods, findings, conclusions, and recommendations. Take note further that the presentation of disagreements in previous studies is not for the purpose of highlighting the disagreements, but in resolving the direction of your study or in determining the gap that your study must bridge or the knowledge that is missing which your study will seek to find. Likewise, be reminded that the review is neither a comprehensive report nor an entire chapter of the related study, so just organize a brief but essential write-up of the material. Thank you for viewing and listening.